Welcome to our exploration of the fascinating world of literary devices. These are the tools that writers use to add depth, emotion, and vivid imagery to their work. They also add flavor and color to our language, making it more expressive and engaging. Our communication becomes more vivid, transforming simple words into powerful expressions. Let's start with similes, metaphors, and onomatopoeia, using some fun examples to illustrate their power. These literary devices are like the spices in a recipe, adding flavor and excitement to our language. Similes. Similes are a great way to make comparisons that are easy to understand. Similes compare two different things using the words like or as. They create vivid images in our minds. For instance, you might say, her smile was as bright as the sun, or he fought like a lion. These comparisons help paint a clearer picture in the reader's mind. Let's have more examples. His voice was as smooth as silk. This gives a sense of calm and smoothness. The night was as black as coal. This creates a strong visual of a dark, intense night. Next, we have metaphors, which are similar to similes but make a direct comparison without using like or as. Metaphors are powerful because they state that one thing is another, creating a strong image or idea. For example, instead of saying she is like an angel, you might say she is an angel. This makes the comparison more direct and impactful. Another example could be time is a thief, implying that time steals moments from our lives. This metaphor gives a sense of urgency and loss. The world is a stage. This suggests that life is like a play with everyone having a role to play. Her heart is a cold iron. This metaphor conveys a sense of emotional coldness and hardness. Let's now look at onomatopoeia, where words imitate the natural sounds associated with actions or objects. These words bring scenes to life by mimicking real sounds. Think of words like buzz, clang, and whisper. These words sound like what they describe, making the description more vivid. When you say, the bees buzzed around the garden, the word buzz mimics the actual sound bees make, bringing the scene to life. This makes the reader feel like they are actually there. The bacon sizzled in the pan. The word sizzled makes you almost hear the sound of frying bacon. The leaves rustled in the wind. The word rustled brings to mind the gentle sound of leaves moving. By mastering these literary devices, you can enhance your writing and storytelling, making your words leap off the page. They will help you become a more effective and engaging communicator. Remember, the more you practice using them, the more natural they will become in your writing. So keep experimenting and have fun with them and exploring the beauty of language. Let's move on to two more fascinating literary devices that add a musical quality to your writing: alliteration and assonance. These literary devices play with the sounds of words to create rhythm and mood, making your writing more enjoyable to read and hear. First, alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of closely connected words. It's often used in poetry, tongue twisters, and catchy phrases to create a pleasing and memorable effect. For example, think of the famous tongue twister, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. The repeated P sound creates a rhythmic flow that makes the phrase fun to say and attention-grabbing. Another example is, she sells seashells by the seashore. The repetition of the S sound mimics the sound of the sea, enhancing the imagery and making the sentence sound more colorful. Next, we have assonance, which is the repetition of vowel sounds within closely connected words. Unlike alliteration, assonance can occur anywhere in the word, not just at the beginning. This device adds a lyrical quality to your writing, making it feel more fluid and harmonious. For instance, in the phrase, the early bird catches the worm, the repetition of the E sound creates a sense of unity and flow. Another example, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. The repeated AI sound creates a musical effect, making the sentence pleasant to hear. By using alliteration and assonance, you can add a layer of musicality to your writing, making it more engaging and memorable. These devices can enhance the mood and tone of your work, whether you're writing poetry, prose, or even marketing copy. So the next time you're crafting a sentence or a poem, think about how you can use alliteration and assonance to add rhythm and harmony to your words. Now on to irony. Irony adds a layer of humor or sarcasm to a story by highlighting the contrast between expectations and reality. This contrast can create a humorous or thought-provoking effect, making the reader engage longer with your writing. For instance, imagine saying, "Oh great," for you when something bad happens. The expectation is that the phrase "oh great" would be used to express happiness or satisfaction. But in this context, it's used sarcastically to highlight disappointment or frustration. This unexpected twist creates a humorous effect. Another example of irony is in the phrase, "a fire station burns down." The expectation is that a fire station would be the last place to catch fire. But the reality flips this expectation on its head, creating a surprising and ironic situation. For example, a character who is a renowned chef but can't cook a simple meal at home introduces irony that can be both amusing and revealing. Irony can also be used to add depth to your characters and plot. There are different types of irony you can use in your writing. More examples of irony are saying, "What a beautiful day," during a storm. A pilot with a fear of heights, something that seems contradictory but adds depth to the character. In a scary movie, the audience knows the killer is in the house, but the character does not. By mastering irony, you can add layers of meaning and humor to your writing, making it more compelling and enjoyable for your readers. So the next time you're crafting a story, think about how you can use irony to surprise and delight your audience. Personification. Let's now move on to another fascinating literary device, personification. Personification breathes life into inanimate objects and abstract ideas by giving them human traits. This technique makes our writing more relatable and engaging by creating vivid and imaginative narratives. For example, consider the phrase, "the wind whispered through the trees." Here, the wind is given the human ability to whisper, creating a serene and mystical image. This personification helps the reader visualize the scene more vividly and adds a layer of emotion to the description. Another example, "the clock on the wall stared at me all night." By attributing the human action of staring to the clock, the writer conveys a sense of unease and tension, making the scene more gripping. "The sun smiled down on us." This personification gives the sun a warm, friendly quality, adding a sense of joy and comfort to the scene. "The storm raged with fury." By giving the storm human-like anger, the description becomes more intense and dramatic. Personification can also be used to add humor to your writing. For instance, "the old car coughed and sputtered before finally starting." This gives the car a human-like struggle, making the scene more amusing and relatable. By using personification, you can make your descriptions more dynamic and your storytelling more captivating. It's a powerful tool that can transform ordinary scenes into extraordinary experiences. So, the next time you want to add some flair to your writing, try giving human traits to the objects around you. Hyperbole. Let's now turn our focus on hyperbole, a powerful tool that can add drama and emphasis to your writing. Hyperbole is all about exaggeration. It's not meant to be taken literally, but it serves to highlight the intensity of a situation or feeling. For instance, hyperbole can be used to create a dramatic effect. Imagine saying, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse." This exaggeration emphasizes the speaker's hunger. Another great example of hyperbole is, "I've told you a million times." Of course, no one has literally repeated something a million times, but this expression effectively conveys the speaker's frustration and impatience. Hyperbole can also add humor to your writing. Think about the phrase, "she runs faster than the wind." While it's obviously an exaggeration, it paints a vivid picture of someone's incredible speed in a humorous way. "Her smile was a mile wide." This hyperbole highlights how big and bright her smile is. "This bag weighs a ton." Clearly, the bag doesn't actually weigh a ton, but it emphasizes how heavy it feels. By using hyperbole, you can make your descriptions more engaging and your storytelling more dynamic. It's a fun and effective way to capture the reader's attention and convey strong emotions. So, the next time you want to add some flair to your writing, don't be afraid to use a bit of exaggeration. Remember, hyperbole is your friend when it comes to making a lasting impression. Metonymy and synecdoche are also fascinating devices. Metonymy is when you use a related term to stand in for an object or concept. For example, the White House issued a statement, where the White House represents the US government. Synecdoche, on the other hand, involves using a part of something to represent the whole, or vice versa. An example would be all hands on deck, where hands refers to the sailors. Let's not forget about symbolism, where an object, person, or situation represents something beyond its literal meaning. For instance, a dove often symbolizes peace, and a red rose can symbolize love or passion. These symbols add layers of meaning to a story and can evoke strong emotional responses. Next, we're diving into the fascinating world of allegories. Trust me, it's more exciting than it sounds, therefore don't worry, this isn't some snooze fest English class. We're here to have a blast. We're going to make this fun, hilarious, and maybe even a bit ridiculous. Get ready for some serious laughs. Imagine a world where cats and dogs are politicians. Yes, you heard that right. That's right, cats are the cunning, scheming ones, always plotting to take over the world. And dogs, well, they're the loyal, but sometimes clueless public servants, always trying their best, but often missing the mark. This, my friends, is an allegory for human politics, a playful way to critique our own political landscape. See what I did there? Using animals to represent human traits. Classic allegory move. It's a timeless technique that never gets old. But let's not stop there. Let's explore more whimsical and creative scenarios. How about a story where a broom and a mop fall in love? Sounds crazy, right? They clean up messes together, fight off spills, and even have a little dust bunny adventure. It's a tale of love and teamwork. This, folks, is a metaphor for teamwork and love in the workplace. Even the most mundane objects can tell a beautiful story. Sounds silly, right? But that's the beauty of allegories. They make the ordinary extraordinary. They simplify complex ideas and make them relatable and hilarious. Now let's talk about another fun device. Imagine a grumpy old coffee pot that just can't stand Mondays. We've all been there, right? Or a cheerful toaster that loves to make golden brown toast. It's like breakfast with a personality. Bringing inanimate objects to life adds a whole new layer of comedy. Let's revisit irony with a few more examples, like when a character says, "Oh great, another Monday." When they're obviously dreading it, it's that ironic twist that makes it funny. Or, yeah, because everyone loves waiting in traffic, sarcasm adds that punch of humor we all love. Finally, let's sprinkle in a bit of satire, making fun of societal norms and behaviors through exaggeration and irony. It's a clever way to critique the world around us. Like a news show where the anchors are overly dramatic about completely mundane topics. It's all about the delivery. Breaking news, local man finds matching socks on the first try. It's the little things that make us laugh. Comedy and education can go hand in hand. Who says learning can't be fun? So next time you're crafting a joke or a story, think about these literary devices. They can add depth and humor and turn a dull story on its head. They can turn a simple tale into a comedic masterpiece, so get creative and let your imagination run wild. Thanks for tuning in, comedy lovers. Remember, the world is your stage. If you find educational value or humor in this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Keep laughing and learning. See you next time.